Welcome to Computer Market Research's series on ship and debit. Today we want to talk to you a little bit about a pain point that one of our vendors had about creating enforceable programs.
Yeah, so in our dealings with this company who shall not be named, one of the problems they encountered was it was basically up to their sales team specifically to go ahead and create all the channel programs that they were running. And one of the things that they found was that they gave them so much leeway that their finance team was unable to basically validate those programs when it came time to pay those back-end rebates. So when the sales reps were able to create any program under the sun, they could have all kinds of crazy rules that I can't really get into for confidentiality reasons, but the end result was not pretty. That basically they ended up not being able to validate a lot of these claims that would come in from their channel partners, and ended up presumably overpaying on some things, and basically it was not a pretty picture.
And with Computer Market Research's solution to that is our ship and debit module. And it does set some guidelines, best practice guidelines, on adding new programs, whether they're rebate programs, instant rebate programs, co-op or marketing fund programs. It sets some guidelines for each of the users to use. And so I'll show you briefly some of those elements. So if you wanted to do an instant rebate program, for example, you would just have to fill out this form, put in a description. A lot of this is customizable. Is this going to be a program for a distributor, an end user, rep firm, reseller? Can also be done with classes of end users. Maybe it's government, maybe it's education. So in this case, I'm going to call it a distributor program. And this is going to be a volume incentive rebate program. At this point, you need to enter in some program rules. And this is where it can either be the Wild Wild West, or if you use the CMR module, you are basically selecting the elements that are validatable.
Yeah, so one of the overarching goals of this form is to be flexible enough to incorporate all of the various different channel programs and rules that you might have, but also to provide some structure in terms of how you're actually communicating to the system what those rules are, in such a way that the back end can then enforce them when it comes time to validate those claims.
Exactly, Alex. Once you've completed this program, again, it can go through an approval process. If the sales rep enters in the program, it can be approved by a manager. And then once that is approved, it goes into active status, and you'll be able to then tie it to point of sale. And to close the loop, you'll be able to upload claims against that program. So this is just one example of utilizing the ship and debit module to help rein in the Wild Wild West programs that could potentially be created by sales reps, and actually be able to tie these out to point of sale, and then to close the loop, make claims and validate claims against it. So thank you for joining us. Please visit our webpage at www.computermarketresearch.com, and we look forward to hearing from you.